age riders and some that are basically for young ponies, but that are open for different riders will actually change ponies to enter these different futurities. So it's kind of a fun deal too. And she mentioned the McLaren Futurity. It's now moved to the Reichert Celebration, which is an all-breeds horse show event held in Fort Worth, Texas. And McLaren's probably one of the oldest futurities, named after Charlie McLaren, who was a longtime POA breeder who was killed in an accident. And the McLaren Futurity has just kind of been the foundation for the rest of the futurity programs.
Okay, and have you had a lot of great response to that? A lot of people showing in the futurity?
Absolutely. It's very competitive.
I think a great thing about the McLaren is that it's for youth riders and adult riders.
Okay.
So it's really fun for the youth to be competing against the trainers and the adults.
Yeah.
And I remember my brother, Eric Blomquist, he won on the McLaren on his pony Rough and Tough Impulse when he was a youth rider. And it was so cool for all of us. It's like, you beat your trainer. It's like, how awesome is this?
That is great. Well, tell us more about the Reichert Celebration. This is a show that I'd never heard of, so, but you said it was really a big show.
It's probably one of the largest all-breed horse shows in the country. It's in Fort Worth, Texas in September, and it includes all the stock horse breeds, the paints, the quarter horses, Appaloosas, and the POAs are part of that. This will be our third year with the Reichert Celebration, and we've got a full slate of classes there as well as a sale. And we've got a 2-year-old incentive class, and it'll pay out about $20,000.
That's big money. And the Reichert, say that again, where that takes place?
The Reichert, it's in Fort Worth, Texas, and it's in September.
Okay. And then the Color Breed Congress is another one that you participate in.
Yes, we were invited to the Color Breed Congress, and that's in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And we've been a part of the Color Breeds Council Judges Seminar since its inception. And we entered the Color Breed Congress last year, and we'll be back again this year with our ponies. And it's really an all-breed event, and I think it's really the trend for horse shows in the coming years to have more of these all-breed events.
Well, it really opens, the doors for so many other competitors. So, have you been to those, Christina?
I have not yet been to the Reichert, but I'm going this year. I'm really excited.
All right. Well, good luck to you on that one. And so what are some other shows? Are there local shows for people to go to, smaller, if they want to just get started?
Yes, state shows.
Okay.
The state shows are really great for beginning riders because there are smaller ones and bigger ones, but at both of those size shows, there's a great atmosphere for beginning riders or people who want to get involved. So if you want to get involved, all you have to do is go to a local show that's going on, and everyone will go out of the way to help you and inform you about our great breed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Need not be intimidated when you first show up.
Well, and on our POA website, there's a listing of all the shows, and you can go to that and find a show in your area.
Okay.
And there's some themed shows, like the Spooktacular, for instance, that has, a theme, and it's a lot of fun. There's going to be a big costume classes there. And
there's stall-to-stall trick-or-treating. There's a Tunnel of Terror, which is really fun. And then we have costume contests. And
yes, which is a big deal in the POA.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun youth activities that happen at these state shows.
Well, youth seems to be a reoccurring theme here when we're talking about POAs, and that's wonderful. We're always trying to get more kids involved with horses, not only because we love horses, but we love the things that the benefits of being around horses at a young age, and Christina's a great example of that. She is on her way to great things when it comes to horses and beyond. So anyways, we're going to take a little break, but when we come back, we're going to be talking more about POAs here on Horse Talk Live, so stick around.
Some of the best reasons to join the Pony of the Americas Club are not even about the horse itself. The friendships I have formed, the experiences I've created, and the memories I have made at every event make the Pony of the Americas a great choice for me and my family. My parents will love the affordability of the POA as well as the versatility of the horse in participating in a variety of events and shows all year long. POAs are a breed that can be trained by my parents, brothers, and sisters, and then passed down to my younger family members to show and compete. Kids of all ages from as young as 3 up to 18 enjoy the shows and events that surround the big competition. My parents bring our entire family to enjoy the festivities. Oftentimes, we will camp and play together at the events, bringing our family together working towards the same goals. POA is a youth-focused breed. I have made and will maintain lifelong friendships with my fellow competitors, as well as build a strong bond between me and my POA. Are you ready to get in the saddle? Show this video to your parents and grandparents if you want to ride with us.
Welcome back to Horse Talk Live. I'm Lizzie Iwersen, and we're talking about the perfect family equine POA. With me today is Pat Burton and Christina Blomquist. Both are active in the POA association, and Pat, you're actually a judge.
Yes.
So what exactly, when you're a judge and you go to a show, are you responsible for judging every class during that day? Because we've learned there are a lot of classes.
There are a lot of classes, but yes, we judge from start to finish the entire day.
Okay.
And you know, it's really interesting to see riders develop from year to year. You'll see a kid that starts out and in the first year they're having some difficulty, and by the time they're there at the end of the season, they've come a long way.
You bet. And that's one of the things that's great about the POA is that you can track horses. You see, you've talked about the generations, and that they usually don't stick with just one family. After you've outgrown one, then they get passed down to someone else who wants to work their way up.
I talked about my first pony, Foxy, that I had when I was an 8 and under. And when I grew out of her, when I went into the 9 through 12 division, she went on to another family that had 3 children in 8 and under. And now she's 29 years old, and she still has a job as an equine therapy pony at an equine therapy program for mental health therapy.
I think that's just a wonderful story.
And I also volunteer there, and it's great to see her and kind of come full circle.
I'm sure. So what is your job when you go and volunteer?
I help with all the horse duties, like cleaning out the pastures and feeding them and whatnot. And then I also kind of help teach the children or adults who are in the program the different, like an example is I teach them different trail obstacles to go over with either in hand or on the horse. And just different things that I've learned riding my POAs and teaching them the different skills of riding.
Well, I bet she has made, after all of her experience, she probably makes for one heck of a therapy horse. Oh, Foxy. Yeah. Well, one class that you had mentioned to me earlier was the versatility class. And it's more than, I guess, why don't you just explain it to us, Christina, what exactly the versatility is?
It's a big spectacle at the National Congress. In Lake St. Louis, there's a class called Versatility, and it's kind of like the big event, I think, that everyone likes to watch. And the rider and the pony do 4 classes, open jumping, Western pleasure, English pleasure, and a speed event, which is barrels.
Okay.
And we never leave the arena. They bring in trucks and trailers of all of our tack and our clothing that we change everything, and like, I don't know what the time limit is. It's just a few minutes.
Yeah.
And it's really crazy. And we also, it's kind of like each person has their own team, like a fan club in the bleachers, and everyone's screaming, and it's just a good time. It's great.
And the horses stay calm throughout all of this commotion?
Yeah, they're good ponies.
It's a testament to the versatility of the breed.
For sure.
Yeah, they go from one class to another, and it's just it's pretty amazing to watch them. But it's a lot of fun. That's what it's all about. It's
You're
just a lot
right,
of
and
fun.
that's what it sounds like. That these shows are more than anything just a fun way to get out and ride your horse or your POA and make friends and have some healthy competition along with it. Well, we have more video that shows the versatility of the POA, all the different classes that you can compete on when you decide to be a participant. So we'll go ahead and watch that. Well, I don't know about you, but the thing that stood out in that video to me was the costume class. And that's, people are taking that pretty seriously. And you're one of the serious competitors, Christina.
Yeah, the costume class is a ton of fun. It's the first class of the day. So at 7:30, all of us kids get dressed up in our costumes, and we're all like kind of half awake.
Yeah.
But when we get into the class, we all get pretty crazy with our stories and everything, so it's a good time.
So it's more than just the costume. What else is involved?
We make our own story, so we have to be really animated and be our character.
And you recite like your story to the judges?
Right.
Okay, so you're doing more than just showing your horse. You have to be proficient at speaking then as well.
And that's a big part of it. About 80% of that's judged on the story. So the costume is part of it, but really the story makes the costume class.
Wow.
And it's a 2-minute time limit. They have 2 minutes to explain what their costume is or what it's about.
Okay, and Christina, we saw you were ahead of the lion in there, and you were dressed as?
An Arabian princess.
Okay, and so what was kind of your story on that one?
We kind of created our story from 1001 Arabian Nights, so I had an enchanted horse and it flew through the skies and everything, and there was trouble, but then I was saved and rescued by my prince and everything like that. So.
Well, just another skill that these kids are learning then, speaking in public and being put in the spotlight. You know, that's kind of nerve-wracking when you're a youngster, but once again, you said it's something that your kids really learned from.
It builds character, and you know, just learning the patterns, learning how to make the horse do certain obstacles in the trail pattern, for instance.
It's such a good point. Yeah.
Or making the horse pivot in the showmanship, learning how to make them stand up, where to be, and how to best present your horse. It's all part of it.
Yeah, and the nerves that go along with that, you know, remembering that pattern when you get in there and you're the only competitor. I remember being very nervous those days, but that's a great point.
It's amazing how the 8 and under kids are remembering all their patterns. I mean, we do all the classes in one day, and so there's like 4 or 5 patterns that they have to remember, and it's definitely probably very difficult, but it helps, I think, in memory and just...
Sure. That's something you don't really think about, but it is just another benefit to being involved in horse showing, and especially POA, because there's all these classes that you get to choose from and compete in. Well, we're going to take another break. When we come back, we have more video and great pictures of kids and their POAs and families as well. It's the family equine, the POAs. Stick around. We'll be back with more on Horse Talk Live. Welcome back to Horse Talk Live. I'm Lizzie Iwersen. We just showed you some great images from kids in their POAs, kids of all ages, and obviously having a great time showing these horses. It makes me miss the show circuit. And one of those horses you said had been passed down generation after, was it 3 generations?
Yeah, the Katzenbergers, that was their pony, Jay and Just a Gold Rush, and Jace is in 8 and under. And he rides that pony and everything, just like I ride my pony and everything.
Yeah.
And his father actually rode that pony, Jared, when he was younger too. So it's just been passed down right through the family.
And that's
Jared's mother is Judy, is actually one of our national directors.
okay.
And her father was one of the founders of the breed, Art Schoenfeld.
Wow.
So it's been in the family for a long time.
Do you feel that the POA is one big family? Do you know a lot of people when you go to shows?
It is. It's just like a collection of families that makes one huge family. Everyone's kind to each other. Everyone cares about one another. Everyone wants to know how they did, how they're doing. And it's great.
And the POA Association is giving out a lot of special awards, and the Blomquist family received one last year. Is that right?
They certainly did. They were the recipient of the Family of the Year Award, which is a very prestigious award, and they have to be nominated by their people in their state, and it goes through quite a process in order to achieve that. And they're quite befitting of it because they're such great competitors and great sportsmen, as well as being so active in promoting the breed throughout the country.
You and I met your mother earlier. The both of you are great advocates for the POA, and I congratulate you on all the things that you're doing with your horses. It's just wonderful. You're quite a horsewoman.